Howdy, y'all. This is Wyatt, and you are riding with Cowboy Whiskey Adventures. Now, tonight I'm going to be talking about two things that I just got. It's going to be, some people call it a Fresh Crack Friday or Fresh Pop Friday. I'm going to call it Frey Ranch Friday because I have their straight rye whiskey as well as their straight bourbon whiskey. Both right here. We got them from the Bruzel Club. Stick around, find out exactly what's going to happen tonight. If I'm going to like these, if I'm not going to like them, I'll try to give you my tasting notes, and maybe we'll have a good time. Stick around, find out. Right up next on Cowboy Whiskey Adventures. I just love that beginning. I think it's really cool. Anyway, welcome in. It's Friday. It's been a long work week. And I was super excited yesterday. I cracked open a package from the Bruzel Club where I was able to get my hands on not one, but two bottles of Frey Ranch. Their regular straight bourbon, which I am super excited about. It's got great reviews. So I'm really looking forward to trying this thing out. This is their straight bourbon, but to top it off, I also got their rye. And I am super happy that I got both right here. It's going to be fresh crack on both of these things. They still got the plastic on. We're going to give them a shot and see if we like them or not. So, let's do that. I'm not sure. I like rye more myself. So I think I'm actually going to try their straight bourbon whiskey first. We'll give that thing a shot. I got two of the Whiskey Challenge little glasses here. And I cleaned them, but I just got oily hands, greasy, oily hands. You ever have that happen? That happens to me all the time. Now, I am half blind without my glasses, and I don't wear them all the time, but I'm wearing them tonight. I'm not wearing my hat either, so just going to have to deal with that. Started up a little bit of a following on Tic Toc there. That's kind of cool. I'm excited about that. It's the whole Gen X movement. Have you seen that? Everybody's talking about 10,000 followers and how it can pay your bills and so forth and so on. I don't know if I'll ever get that far into it, but hey, we can always try, right? All right, Frey Ranch. Hold on just a second here. I don't know if that's a real cork or not. What do you think? No, that's a synthetic cork. All right, let's see here. Well, it smells pretty good. It smells like a bourbon, most definitely. Put that back on for just a second. Let's read some of the notes on here. It says, I know that Frey Ranch is, everything is locally sourced. Fallon, Nevada is where it comes out of. Established, it says 1854. So, I don't know. Grown, distilled, matured, bottled, all Frey Ranch, Fallon, Nevada. Their straight bourbon whiskey is distilled from flour, slow grow grains. And let's see here. Matured and bottled. It is 45% by volume, which means it's 90 proof. This is batch number 11. 66.6 yellow dent corn, 10% winter wheat, 11.4% winter rye, and 12% two-row barley, malted on site. I like that. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's hefty. I like that too. That's got that really nice little the Frey Ranch logo on there. That's pretty cool. I like that. And it has their signature cocktail on here, which we'll be making. Maybe not this video, but one soon. It's called the Ranch Hand. It says, our version of a Gold Rush. Build all ingredients and shake with ice. Strain into a chilled rocks glass garnished with fresh lemon peel. 2 ounces of Frey Ranch bourbon, 0.75 ounces of fresh lemon juice, 0.75 ounces of honey syrup to warm water. 1 to 1 to warm water. Okay, dash of aromatic bitters. I have a hard time pronouncing my words sometimes. I don't know why, but that's just me. All right. Should have, now I have a Glencairn, but this Glencairn is from the Woodinville Whiskey Company. It's the only one I got right now. I got more coming, and I think I got to do this thing a little bit of justice and pour it in here. So we're gonna give her a nice little pour in there. Dun, 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 dun. And then we'll check it out. We'll throw it on the light, just so you can see it. All right. Color looks fine to me. I mean, it's not super dark. It's not as dark as the was it the Old Forester that I like so much. That's still one of my favorites. I still like the Old Forester. So when we went to the when we did our tour at Woodinville, he was telling me about how you're supposed to actually smell these, and I know a lot of people smell them different, but he said you had to actually smell it with your mouth open. He said don't leave your mouth all gaping open, like, but just kind of just a little bit so you don't look so dorky. But it's hard not to look dorky when you got your nose in one of these things, right? I have the hardest time explaining what I smell. And I know that I have the tasting wheel, but to me, it's got the oak smell. Of course, I smell that. Um, but I have a hard time figuring out what the rest of it is. It's definitely got a little bit of a sweet to it. I don't know if that's honey or what that is. But of course, I will try it. I am no expert by any means, as you all know that. Frey Ranch is from Nevada. My wife and I go to Vegas every year, kind of our getaway from work and everything else. So let's give it a shot, shall we? I like it, most definitely. Everything is subjective to whatever you like, what everybody else likes. Um, I just don't have the palate that other people have. I can tell you I like it. I can tell you it's got definitely a. I don't know if it's a new oak or more like a. It sits on my tongue good. I mean, I don't have any bad flavors, bad taste. It's got the warmth going down. Um, it clears my sinuses up a little bit. We here in Washington, we have the oh damn it, all the cottonwood that's blowing around right now, and it's horrible. I mean, it messes me up, something fierce. So I take allergy meds all the time for that stuff. So that might be why my nose is all messed up and I don't taste everything that I should. Um, I kind of want to say I have like a little bit of a coffee taste to it. How does it always smell better the second time after you've had a drink? What is that? Do you know what that is? I don't know what that is. So I got to tell you something. My wife says, I can always tell when you've been upstairs trying bourbon or whiskey because when you go to sleep, she goes, you fall right to sleep and then you start snoring. I can't help it. I'm sorry. So wait, we have one of those beds, those adjustable beds. So like halfway through the night, I'll feel myself up in the air. I know, I know. Man, I actually really like that. I do. I have water with me because They say you're supposed to drink water. Normally I drink beer with whiskey, but I'm trying to do the right thing and drink water with it so I can get the actual flavors right, but I don't think I can. I'll keep trying, just not right now. All right. Now then, let's compare it to the ooh, let's compare it to the rye, shall we? I don't know why I like rye better. I think it's because it's a little bit stronger. One of the things I like, I guess, because my nose isn't as good as some of the others that are out there, like the bourbon junkies and Baker drinks or Baker pours. They're in Washington. I like that. Is that I think the stronger it is, just the better flavor I get out of it. That's probably because my own nose is messed up. Thank you, Army. I appreciate that. Yeah, we won't go into that. All right, let's see here. This is the rye. Ooh. Make sure I didn't get all myself. Definitely darker. God. See, I have a hard time, the hardest time smelling these things. I don't know what it is. Maybe this isn't my gig. Maybe I can just tell you whether I like it or not. I don't know. Man, we'll put it in the whiskey challenge glass. Definitely got a darker color to it. This one's 100 proof. This is bottle number 9,189 out of batch number 10. Dun-dun-dun. All right, so I'm going to read this to you. This is by Colby Frey. It says, my journey starts with the love of growing grains in a sustainable way here on the ranch. Over 1,500 acres just east of the Sierra Nevada mountain range. Every time I step onto the land, I can feel the generations before me. I've tilled the soil, planted the seeds, and grown the grains specifically for making a rye whiskey, unlike any other. Made from 100% winter rye, sustainably grown right here on the Frey Ranch. See, I already like that better. I already like that better than the bourbon. And I think it's just because of the way that he put it. I don't know. I love old fashions, and I love finding new ways to make old fashions or anything that has to do with whiskey or bourbon. I've mentioned before that I like whiskey because it can be finished different than bourbon can. Bourbon, in order to be classified as a bourbon, has to go in a fresh oak barrel. So I think that's why I like whiskey, because it can be put into other things, other barrels, finished in other casks, things like that. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I'm just making shit up as I go along. I don't know. We'll find out. You definitely got spice in this sucker because I can smell it. And like I said, I have a hard time smelling things. Man, that that clears everything out. Once again, oak by far the strongest, right next to that spice. Maybe a little bit of an earthy tone. Almost like a leather. Kinda. At least that's what I'm getting out of it. All right, here we go. I don't know, I'm just gonna try it. I know you're supposed to swish it around in your mouth so you can see what it tastes like, but to be honest, that right there, I think is way better than that. I I like that it leaves a little tingle on my tongue afterwards. It goes down way smoother. And it's like I can taste it all over my mouth, like I put a good coat on it. I really, I really like that. That's fantastic. Wow. It's almost like it's got a malty kind of flavor to it. Like you have cream of wheat growing up. It's kind of got a little bit of that, I guess, with the spice, the oak, and that leather. It's got to be leather. Like you ever walk into a boot shop, or a Western wear store, and you go back where the boots are at, and you can just it's like you smell the leather back there. It kind of makes you feel all like, at least me. It's like I I grew up in Dumas, Texas, and just 42 miles north of that is Amarillo, and there was a boot shop called Boots and Jeans that I used to go in all the time, and I love going back in the department back there where they had all the boots and stuff. So, and that's what that reminds me of. I see kind of what yeah, what I said, Whiskey Row, I think is the one that was telling me about, or is it Bourbon Row or something? I think it's Bourbon Row. It's a wife and husband, and I always give him crap about the way that the flavors that he gets out of it, or the smells he gets out of it, and he says you have to find something to relate it to, and I think I kind of just did. Light bulb. Yeah, that's what it is. Oh man. Yes. All right. So, in the short, I would say Frey Ranch. Um, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would definitely give it a hard 8. The rye. This I would give more of like a 6, maybe a 7. Just me, but yeah, by far the rye, for my opinion. Um, oh yeah, Amarillo Sod Poodles. They're the local baseball team in Amarillo, Texas, and I got to go to when they had their inaugural season. I went there to visit my mom, who still lives there, and I went to a game, had a blast, and this is what I got. So I just felt like wearing it tonight. Anyway, this is a long video and it's running on and on. So Frey Ranch out of Nevada, if you get a chance to check it out, if you're more of a straight bourbon person, you would probably really like this. I'm more of a rye kind of guy because I like the spice, and I think that's just because of my palate. It's all subjective. Everybody's going to have their own, their own opinion about it. So if you want to see more, stick around. I'll try to do fresh pours at least once a week. No, not once a week. Maybe twice a month. But I'll post a video at least once a week. Hey, this is Wyatt. You're right here with Cowboy Whiskey Adventures. We'll see you in the daylight. Peace, my friends.